the Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively, then I've been reading all the messages, and it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ lots of the stars who attended the events on Sunday were confused as to why Blake and Ryan appeared on the show while they battled it out in court surrounding the movie It Ends With Us.
Because there are some people who feel like he is the one who's driving all of this and telling Blake.
Behind.
I don't think that seems very unfair to Blake Lively.
That's
me,
pretty diabolical.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Hollywood, sunshine, smiles, and secrets? We all love a good power couple, right? Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they're practically royalty in the celebrity kingdom. Funny, gorgeous, seemingly untouchable. But what if that perfect picture is starting to crack? For years, they've nailed the red carpet routine, the witty banter, those oh-so-relatable Instagram posts that make you think, wow, they're just like us, but famous. But lately, the whispers are getting louder. Insiders are starting to talk, and they're painting a very different picture behind the dazzling smiles and designer clothes. Could it be that Ryan and Blake have been playing a game we didn't see coming? Are those carefully crafted careers built on something shadier? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the rumors and allegations that are threatening to shatter Hollywood's golden couple.
We had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me.
So where did the cracks start to really show? It all seemed to explode when Blake Lively, beloved by millions, made some serious accusations against her It Ends With Us co-star and director, Justin Baldoni. Harassment, heavy stuff. Initially, the public rallied behind Blake. She's always seemed so genuine, so trustworthy. But then, bam! The plot twist nobody saw coming. Justin Baldoni fired back. And not with a quiet denial, but with a $400 million lawsuit against both Blake and Ryan. Let that sink in. $400 million. This isn't just a celebrity spat. This is a full-blown Hollywood war. Baldoni is accusing them of defamation, extortion, even trying to hijack his movie project. Think about the stakes here. Careers can be destroyed by scandals like this. But here's where it gets really interesting. Once Baldoni spoke out, the floodgates opened. Suddenly, other industry insiders started whispering their own stories. And the picture they're painting? It's not pretty. They're alleging this isn't a one-off incident. They suggest Blake and Ryan have a history of using their star power to, well, let's just say influence situations in their favor. And the most jaw-dropping claim, that they've perfected the art of manufacturing public sympathy, spinning narratives so they always emerge as the victims. For years, we've bought into the fairy tale. The adorable social media posts, the playful interviews, the seemingly perfect marriage. But now we have to ask ourselves, was it all just a carefully constructed illusion? Could they have been manipulating the narrative all along, pulling strings behind the scenes to maintain their reign at the top? Is the nicest couple in Hollywood image a complete fabrication? Some skeptics are saying, I told you so, while others are reeling, completely blindsided. Either way, the buzz in Hollywood is electric, and it's not good news for Team Ryan and Blake. Their squeaky clean reputation might be about to get a whole lot dirtier. And with Baldoni leading the charge and potentially more voices joining in, this scandal is just getting started. Were Blake's accusations against Baldoni genuine, or were they, as some insiders are now whispering, part of a much larger, more calculated strategy? Was the timing too convenient, as some are saying? And then the lawsuit dropped. Baldoni is ready to fight, claiming they deliberately tried to ruin him and seize control of It Ends With Us. But he's also accusing them of something even more manipulative, flipping the script, making him the villain while they play the innocent victims. If true, this is a power play on a whole other level, and it's all unraveling right before our eyes.
Ryan Reynolds, this is his thing. He's a Taylor Swift of the movie industry. When he gets upset with somebody, he puts them into a script.
We're seeing a shift in Hollywood. For years, silence was the name of the game when it came to celebrity drama. But now, some are subtly and not so subtly hinting that they're siding with Justin Baldoni. Cryptic social media posts, loaded comments, they're suggesting they've seen a different side of Ryan and Blake, a side that doesn't quite match the fun, wholesome persona they project to the world. Is this becoming a pattern? Could Ryan and Blake be known within the industry for stirring the pot whenever it suits them? Let's zoom in on Ryan for a moment. Whispers about him not being quite as nice as he seems have been circulating for years. Remember that infamous encounter with the Jersey Shore cast? They hinted that Ryan wasn't exactly Mr. Congeniality off camera. Some even used the word rude. One incident? Maybe a bad day. But when multiple stories start to surface, you have to wonder, is the friendly Ryan Reynolds act just that? An act? Then there's actress Rebecca Ferguson's bombshell revelation. She spoke about being treated terribly by a co-star on set, calling it one of the worst experiences of her career. She didn't name names, but the internet detectives went to work. She ruled out Tom Cruise and Hugh Jackman, and suddenly all eyes turned to Ryan. No concrete proof, of course, but the speculation exploded. People started connecting the dots. And it's not just co-stars. What about Ryan's old friendships that have mysteriously vanished? He and Jake Gyllenhaal were once inseparable, especially after Life. Now, silence. No public jokes, no interactions, nada. Did something happen? Did Ryan cross a line? Something definitely shifted, but neither of them is talking. And then there's Marina Baccarin. She was a key part of the first Deadpool, playing Vanessa, Wade Wilson's love interest. But in Deadpool 2, her role was significantly reduced, and she was practically invisible in the film's promotions. Red carpets, press events, she was noticeably absent. For a character so central in the first film, it was weird. The rumor mill churned out whispers of a falling out between Ryan and Marina, with claims he wanted to assert his dominance and ensure she was sidelined. Whatever went down, it led to her being essentially erased from the franchise's spotlight. With more and more of these stories bubbling to the surface, it's getting harder for fans to ignore the cracks in Ryan's golden boy image. Could Hollywood's favorite funny guy actually be a master manipulator behind the scenes? Then there's TJ Miller, Ryan's former Deadpool co-star, who is not mincing words. TJ revealed that working with Ryan was so unpleasant, he refused to return for Deadpool 3, no matter the paycheck. That's a huge statement given the franchise's success. But here's the real kicker. TJ claims Ryan wasn't just difficult, but actively tried to make him feel small on set. Not playful banter, not a joke, but a deliberate attempt to put him down. Why? TJ suggests Ryan was insecure, desperate to prove he was the bigger star. The tension became so toxic that TJ walked away, vowing never to work with Ryan again. And TJ isn't alone in feeling pushed aside. Tim Miller, the director of the original Deadpool, also left before the sequel. The reason? Reportedly, Ryan wanted complete creative control, leaving Tim feeling sidelined and powerless. Instead of fighting a losing battle, Tim walked. All of this paints a consistent picture. Ryan Reynolds isn't just the lovable goofball we see on screen. He may be calling all the shots behind the scenes, and if you don't play by his rules, you're out. With each new story, the narrative becomes clearer. Charming in interviews, hilarious on social media, but behind closed doors? Controlling, insecure, and far from the friendly persona he sells to the world. Of course, these are just accounts from those who've worked with him, but when the cast and crew around him seem to change so frequently, you can't help but wonder, is there something to these whispers?
So the story goes, essentially, he says she didn't even read the book before signing on to the project. Then she read the book and kind of became consumed with it and wanted to basically introduce her own lines and wanted to become a part of the project and rework the script.
The image emerging of Ryan Reynolds behind the scenes is a stark contrast to his public persona. And these whispers extend beyond his professional life, reaching into his past relationships too. Before Blake, there was Scarlett Johansson. Their marriage ended in a very public, messy divorce. At the time, many pointed the finger at Scarlett, but in recent years, she's subtly hinted that their marriage was far from smooth sailing. According to Scarlett, things shifted dramatically when her career exploded with roles in Iron Man 2 Inches and The Avengers. Suddenly, she was everywhere, and Ryan, she suggests, didn't handle it well. She described their relationship as volatile and implied Ryan's insecurities were a major issue. As her star rose, she suggests Ryan became jealous and resentful, struggling with the idea that she was outshining him. What should have been a power couple turned into a competition, ultimately leading to their breakup. Fans were heartbroken, but the blame largely fell on Scarlett. Now her more recent comments suggest Ryan's controlling tendencies played a much larger role than we initially realized. Then, there's the Blake Lively factor. While still married to Scarlett, Ryan was filming Green Lantern with Blake, and the chemistry, according to reports, was undeniable. Gossip started swirling about Ryan and Blake being too close behind the scenes. If Ryan was already unhappy in his marriage and found someone who made him feel like he was in control, could that explain his sudden departure from Scarlett? The fan theory is that Ryan Reynolds saw that scene in It Ends With Us, and it was a trigger. The whispers grew louder when Ryan and Blake officially got together soon after his divorce. Coincidence? Hollywood rarely believes in coincidences. And let's not forget, Blake Lively's career also skyrocketed after she coupled up with Ryan. She was already known from Gossip Girl, but being linked to Ryan propelled her to a whole new level of fame. While Ryan has had massive box office success, especially with Deadpool, not everyone in the industry is a fan. Some of Hollywood's biggest directors reportedly don't take him seriously. Quentin Tarantino, for example, apparently doesn't think much of Ryan's filmography, considering his movies forgettable, lacking depth, and just commercial fluff. Tarantino has been vocal about his disdain for streaming platform films, and Ryan has been heavily involved with the Netflix projects. To Tarantino, Ryan might just be another actor chasing paychecks, not creating real cinema, and Tarantino isn't alone in throwing shade. Chris Columbus, the director of Home Alone and Harry Potter, was reportedly furious about Ryan's proposed Home Alone reboot idea. The supposed plot? A grown man growing weed, missing his flight, and then fighting off thieves. Columbus called the concept a complete insult to the legacy of Home Alone, showing zero respect for filmmaking. His message to Ryan? Go watch the original instead of trying to ruin a classic. Ouch. Then there's Gerard Butler, who also had something to say. When someone compared Butler's movie Gamer to Ryan's Free Guy, both VR-themed, Butler shut it down instantly. His response? I don't watch Ryan Reynolds movies. No explanation, no sugarcoating, just a flat-out dismissal. The message seems clear. Some of Hollywood's most respected filmmakers and actors aren't buying into the Ryan Reynolds hype. While audiences love him, behind the scenes, some see him as just another actor chasing box office numbers, lacking real artistic substance. Gerard Butler's comment wasn't just a throwaway line. It felt like a direct jab at Ryan Reynolds' entire career. And when you step back and look at the bigger picture, Tarantino, Columbus, Butler.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable that I got screamed at.
These are major names, influential voices in Hollywood, who seem to hold a less than stellar view of Ryan. It's starting to look like Ryan might have ruffled some feathers, particularly amongst directors and actors who value traditional cinema, or perhaps those who've had less than pleasant personal encounters. But let's circle back to the core scandal. The drama between Blake, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan. Blake's harassment accusations were huge news, but Justin's lawsuit went beyond just clearing his name. His claims? Ryan and Blake deliberately tried to destroy his reputation. And here's where it gets even more questionable. Justin isn't alone in speaking out. More industry insiders are now reportedly leaning towards believing Justin over Blake and Ryan. If true, this could suggest a pattern. Have Ryan and Blake used similar tactics before, creating drama to play the victim and manipulate public opinion in their favor? For years, they've been the internet's darling power couple, charming us with their playful social media banter. But now, that flawless image is cracking, and it's cracking fast. With each day, the whispers grow louder, the gossip harder to ignore, and then they showed up on the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special. A strategic move? An attempt to control the narrative amidst the swirling lawsuit and accusations? Ryan even made a joke about the legal battle while Blake stood by, all smiles. But for many, it backfired. Given the seriousness of the allegations, it felt tone-deaf, even disrespectful. Instead of diffusing the controversy, it fueled the growing suspicion that Ryan and Blake might not be the innocent golden couple we thought they were. Was their SNL appearance a desperate attempt to regain control of the narrative? The audience wasn't laughing. Justin Baldoni's lawyer even publicly called them out, questioning how anyone could joke about harassment allegations. Instead of clearing the air, their SNL stunt only made them look more suspicious. So, the burning question now? Have Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively been faking it all along? Have they meticulously crafted their Hollywood power couple image, using manipulative tactics to stay on top, even at the expense of others? Or are they just misunderstood victims of Hollywood gossip, unfairly targeted due to their success? We can't say for sure, but the accusations are piling up, and this time, they can't just brush it off with a witty tweet or a clever joke. More and more voices are emerging, sharing negative experiences with Ryan or revealing questionable moves Blake has made. Truth or fiction, one thing is certain. They are under intense scrutiny. Fans who once adored them are now questioning everything. Some remain loyal, dismissing it as jealousy-driven attacks. But others are deeply disappointed, suggesting that if even half of these allegations are true, then Ryan and Blake have been playing the public for years. The most unsettling idea? That their entire wholesome, funny, perfect couple image is a carefully constructed act. A facade designed to win us over while they operate ruthlessly behind the scenes to maintain their position. And let's not forget, Ryan has been labeled insecure by multiple people, including exes. If that insecurity fuels a need for control, then perhaps we've been watching a performance all along. If these stories are true, Ryan's need for control could be the root of his conflicts with directors, actors, co-stars, even friends. And that same insecurity? Could it have played a significant role in the breakdown of his marriage to Scarlett? Remember, Scarlett didn't just call it difficult, she called it volatile, a powerful word. Fans are now re-examining everything, wondering if Ryan has been hiding a darker side. And then there's Blake, always seen as sweet, stylish, effortlessly charming. From Gossip Girl to The Shallows and A Simple Favor, she's built a reputation as Hollywood's golden girl. But if Baldoni's lawsuit has any merit, Blake might be playing a much bigger game than we ever imagined. His claims suggest a calculated narrative to paint themselves as victims, and if she used harassment accusations as a weapon, that changes everything. Could Blake Lively be far more calculated than fans ever realized? This story is far from over. If more celebrities speak out, it could solidify Baldoni's case, or force Ryan and Blake to finally address these allegations directly. If they can shut down the lawsuit and discredit it, they might salvage their reputations. But if more damaging evidence or testimonies emerge, they could face a catastrophic collapse of their carefully built public image. In Hollywood, scandals like this can make or break careers. Which will it be? Only time will tell. Right now, fans are dissecting old interviews, press junkets, every comedic bit. Were there signs all along? Did we just miss them? Suddenly, every moment is under scrutiny. Ryan's body language, Blake's responses, co-star reactions. Some are even re-examining photos pointing to cast members who looked uncomfortable, or instances of unexplained absences from press tours and sequels. Can Ryan and Blake weather this storm? Maybe in a few months it will all blow over. Or this lawsuit could spiral, revealing more and more until they can no longer hide behind PR tactics. One thing is certain, everyone is watching, and the more they try to laugh it off, the more suspicious it looks. Fans aren't looking for jokes, they want answers. The biggest takeaway? Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively might not be the flawless sweethearts we believe them to be. If they've been manipulating situations to protect their image, it might finally be catching up to them. And with more celebrities reportedly stepping forward, claiming first-hand knowledge of these shady moves, this could be the beginning of the end for Hollywood's favorite power couple. We haven't heard from everyone yet, but if the rumors are true, expect more bombshells in the weeks and months ahead. But what do you think? The media is divided. Some fans claim they always sensed something was off, while others are completely shocked. People are now digging through old interviews, looking for those red flags. And let's be real, there have been some. The Deadpool drama with TJ Miller refusing to return, Tim Miller leaving the sequel. Things that were perhaps overlooked at the time, but now seem part of a larger pattern. Blake has largely avoided controversy until now, but these harassment allegations and the $400 million lawsuit have thrust her into a different kind of spotlight. If more negative stories about her surface, her America's sweetheart image could shatter. But if no one else speaks up, she might be able to deny Baldoni's claims and fight back. Either way, that lawsuit is looming and they can't dodge it forever. They will have to answer. So, the final verdict? Right now, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are looking far less perfect than they did before. More voices are emerging, sharing stories and hints about past incidents they likely hoped would stay buried. And their attempt to control the narrative with that SNL appearance? It might have just backfired. But now, it's your turn. Do you think Ryan and Blake have been faking their perfect image all along? Or are they just targets of Hollywood drama? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next celebrity scandal. Until next time, stay tuned, because this story is far from over.